Yeah, earlier this week and then again just this morning. And there's definitely mixed feelings. Those who are here in person are really happy to be back. Those who are still at home, have some concerns still. So addressing both of those things, I had spoken with a priest we'll hear from in a moment, but I want you to see behind me, we have got a couple of dozen cars in the parking lot here at Old St. Mary's. It can fit a couple of hundred people. So although they are limiting attendance to 25% inside, they haven't reached that, at least for this 8:30 a.m. service, and they're not expecting to even reach that 25% capacity for their other services as well. Take a look at some of the footage we shot inside, and I can show you some of the measures the Archdiocese has in place to try to keep everybody safe. We saw signs with social distancing instructions and antibacterial gel placed strategically. We also saw marks to show people where to stand so they can take communion and line up to take communion 6 feet apart. Every other pew inside the church is closed to help facilitate social distancing. We also saw crews cleaning and disinfecting the pews and kneeling benches. That'll happen between each service. For those not yet comfortable attending in person, Father Mario Amor says there is no obligation as a Catholic to attend in person.
For those who are ready to come back, our doors are open. If you're not, it doesn't make you a second-rate Catholic or anything like that. It just means that you want to take some more time, and we totally respect that. We are still having online services. We have a prayer that people are invited to say at home. It's called a prayer for spiritual communion, asking for that grace or those blessings that we would receive if we have received communion physically into us, that they would get those, that God would give those to them anyway.
And again, it's as of now, some of the parishes within the Archdiocese, but the Archdiocese expects all of the parishes here in Metro Detroit to be open by next weekend. Sima.
And Jennifer, you're at a Catholic church, but what about other religions? Today is Eid al-Fitr, a holiday when Muslims mark the end of Ramadan. Do we know how other houses of worship are handling services?
Well, as of now, I tried to search as many different houses of worship as I could here in Metro Detroit, from mosques to temples to other churches. And it appears as though they're continuing what they were doing a week or 2 weeks ago, holding online services predominantly, then every once in a while a parking lot drive-in service, depending on the church. I have seen several statements issued by the leaders of these houses of worship, saying overall, to an extent, that they are making the decision about when to open and how they'll reopen very, very carefully, taking into account advice from many different sources, including medical experts. So I know for all faiths right now, these decisions are weighing heavily on them.
All right, thanks so much, Jennifer. And I know you're going to be covering this story for later today as well. Thanks so much for that report.